Are you ready for a diet break? Are you thinking about a diet break? Have you accidentally ended up in a diet break, or are you just looking to maintain for a while? I'll give you some stuff to think about. I'm not sure if you've noticed over my videos over the last few weeks that I've been talking less and less about how well I've been doing and more about food. I've kind of accidentally ended up in a diet break. It happens. But the most important thing I need to do is to take stock of so far. So far, since my heaviest ever, I've lost 8 stone, and I'm still 5 stone lighter than when I started this back last January. We're in week 67, and I was hoping to get down to 14.5 stone. I'm hovering around about the 15. I'm actually 15.3 at the moment, and when I look back on my tracking, I've probably gained £4 over the last 3 months. So without realising it, I've gone into a diet break. So what am I going to do about it? Well, first of all, I'm not too unhappy with how I'm looking at the moment. You know, that's standing up in a fairly tight jumper, and I'm no longer huge. But I'm not down to where I want to be. But the important thing is, from your mental health perspective, is to not overthink it. You know, I've been good as gold. I've maintained a calorie deficit most weeks, and I've lost weight. I've tried a reset, that helped for a bit, and I think, as you saw from last week's video, re-engaging my love for evening meals that I actually enjoy is the key going forward. However, it's the beginning of May, holiday season is galloping up, and on the 8th I'm actually off on holiday to Canada, so yep, I'm probably going to try and engage a bit and fine tune it, but not worry too much till I get back from my holiday. And that's the important thing. This needs to be something that you stay passionate about, you enjoy. Obviously, if you're at the beginning of your journey and you're hitting these issues, that's a different thing. But for me, I'm 15 months in now, not exactly 67 weeks, you know, and I can't keep on being tough on myself. So for me, I'm still tracking. I'll be honest, last week, some of the entries are guesses, but I'm still tracking, and the most important thing is I'm still tracking once a week. I can see that it's going the other way now, so it's up to me. Do I stay where I am and be happy with it, or do I level out? But what you've got to tell yourself is, this is about remaining in a calorie deficit. Now, a calorie deficit for active, aggressive weight loss is about 500 calories below your TDEE. And I'm not going to explain TDEE. You go online, you look it up, you work out your TDEE. Mine is 2150 a day. So to almost guarantee weight loss, if you eat between 300 and 500 calories a day less than that, which over a week is a deficit of between 2100 and 3500, you will lose weight. Obviously there's other factors that come into play for some people, but you certainly won't gain weight if you are accurately eating a calorie deficit. And that's why mine's sneaking up, because I don't think I'm actually in a calorie deficit at the moment. Now, if you take a break to gain possibly £2 in a week, you need to eat 3,500 the other side of your TDEE. Now, if you were in a deficit of 3 to 3,500 and you end up in a positive, that's a difference of 7,000. Now, if you are in a calorie deficit, that's the equivalent of 5 days food extra over the space of a week. You're probably not going to end up gaining much. But if it benefits your mental health or gives you a break to go on a holiday, do it. You know, you can gain £2 in a week, you can lose £2 in a week. Obviously, there's other factors. You can lose £2 for going to the toilet, and sometimes week on week, £2 isn't really happening. But the overall picture is the downward trend is down. Yes, I am going to take a break this week, and definitely the week after, because I'll be in Canada, and I can't wait to get my hands on some of that poutine. If you don't know what poutine is, I'm going to put a picture up now, and you know it's going to be bad. But the important thing is you've got to look after you and how you feel, otherwise you are not going to stay on the journey. Now for me, this is the longest I've ever stayed on a weight loss journey, and 15 months, I'm still focused, but I also know that I need to get off this treadmill. Are you struggling with this at the moment, or are you struggling getting anywhere near this far? Let me know in the comments, we'll talk. Are you struggling with doing really well for 3 weeks, going off track on the 4th week, and then by week 6 you realise you've got nowhere? That means you're probably being too harsh on yourself. Why not give yourself a target of a 200 a day deficit and see where that gets you? But the best way to remain in a deficit is to plan in advance and track what happened, and be honest. And I mean, be honest. Don't bother tracking that Snickers bar because it makes the numbers look good. It doesn't. You're still eating it. And that's what I've been doing. I've not been totally honestly tracking. So I'm not going to say much more because I've probably said too much already. Yeah, you at the back, you're going to sleep. I can see it now. And we'll call it a day there. Next week, we'll talk about if my having a bit of a reset has worked, or if I actually did have a bit of a reset, or whether I'm just going to go on holiday to Canada with comfort clothes. Might just be comfort clothes. So keep on commenting. I'm loving hearing from you. Have a look at my other channel. I'm doing a bit with my travel channel because I'm travelling. I do like travelling. And we'll see you next week. I'm happy with that.